cooking conspiracy on this fine Taco Tuesday. So being that it's Tuesday and I just announced that it's Taco Tuesday, believe it or not, we're gonna make some tacos. So routines need to be honored. We're not gonna do a whole lot of choppy tonight, but a little bit. We got some vegetables that we're gonna have to chop up for a pico. We got a lime we're gonna have to slice through. Alright, there we go. Let's twist that. Okay. So what we got here is some leftover refried beans. There's some cheese in it. We're just going to turn that on low and slowly bring the temperature up on those. What's going on, Bryce? How you doing? So with that being said, we can get on to the next step in this show. Oh, you know, it's just a Tuesday, so, you know, we better make some tacos, you know. And can't have a taco night without a margarita now, can we? So, I think we're going to salt the rim tonight. I don't always salt the rim, but I'm feeling like a nice little rim job tonight. So, we'll get some salt on a plate here. We'll get, you know, some lemon. You know, this one's kind of... I'm gonna have to find a better one to squeeze out, but this would be good for moistening the rim, you know. And depending on how moist you make the rim is how much salt's gonna stick. So just take it and just run that all the way around. I personally got a smudge on there. Oh well. I don't want salt all the way around. I don't want it on too thick. So I'm only going to do a half rim, you know? That way that gives me some options. And if you dip it in too deep, you're going to have a bad day, and I believe that applies to all, you know? Yep, on the outside. And if you do get a little bit on the inside, you can just wipe it out real quick, you know? But you can control that by just going around on the outside versus dipping. But if you're drinking it through the rim, salt's gonna get in there anyways. Alright, I don't know if that really matters, but to each their own. Alright. So now that we got the rim prepared, let's get some ice. We want a few big chunks in there. The bigger the ice chunks are, the slower it will melt. And now get some ice for the shaker. I'm not as worried about this ice being as pretty. But I definitely want this margarita to be cold, yeah? So I got ice in the shaker. And if you give your lime a good roll out, it will... margarita's a lot cheaper, Ryan, you know? Just like if you did the cost per hour, why would you go to a therapist when you can just go skiing? But yeah, everybody needs a margarita. They don't need therapy. So I'm just going to juice out a whole lime. And I'm gonna probably make this one a double, you know. Yeah, thanks for being weird, Peter. Since I'm only having one tonight, I might make this one a double. But I think I get up early in the morning to run, so that should be about right, you know? What's up, Honda? I love Hondas. Oh, JFK, you know, an old-time fan favorite. So I got lime juice in here. Let's go ahead and throw 2 shots of tequila in there because, you know, is the lime going to coconut still, or I don't know about coconut. Margarita, you know, no, there shouldn't be any coconut touching margarita. One little piggy, 2 little piggy. Okay, this is where we're deviating a little bit. We're going to try making this with peach schnapps instead of triple sec. And, you know, we'll see how much of the peach flavor that will give it. The winter tax will be paid later. So 2 parts tequila, 1 part triple sec or so. Well, I don't know what the ratio is. It's like 3-2-1. I think tequila to triple sec to lime juice. I might have that backwards, but that. And this peach schnapps shit, that has a ton of sugar, so you don't really need to add the sugar, but since it's Taco Tuesday, I'll add a little bit, and I'll give it a little bit of color too. So we got it in, make sure you get a good seal, we got everything in, give it a good shake, make sure you get her down to temperature. Give it a good shake, strain it out. Perfect. And go ahead, give the people a little lime wedge so they know what they're drinking. And we'll see how this peach disaster turns out, you know? Looks like a margarita. Oh yeah, that's peachy. See what I did there? It's sweet though. Definitely, thank you, Real Deal. Definitely didn't need to add agave syrup or any sweetener if you're using peach schnapps, because that has or at least that peach schnapps, because it has plenty of sugar in it. Yeah, oh well, I'm not counting calories tonight. You know, I ran today, so. Hey, actually I stole this from a date who originally got it at a, you know, a Pittsburgh Pirates game. You know, like when you have a girl over and she wears your t-shirt, you know, as like a flag of victory or whatever. It was kind of inverted. That's how I got this shirt, actually. Now you would appreciate that, JFK. Alright, back in the freezer the ice goes. You know, respect the colors. We're in Pittsburgh. This is like the scene from Deuce Bigelow where you're Deuce telling me I owe you $10, and I'm the hooker telling you you owe me $500. And then our pimp gets involved. Yeah. Stir your beans so you don't burn the ones on the bottom before the top warm up. If you're reheating this way, you know what? I'm going to add just a little bit of water. You know, do we really need to get TJ involved in this dispute, JFK? Now, that should give me a little bit of burn forgiveness, and then I can keep an eye on the beans, stirring occasionally, and start working on the other stuff. Now, I'm telling you, this one is sweet, so if you like sweet drinks, this is going to go down like a fat kid on the teeter-totter. Yeah, you would like to see me use a wooden spoon. And guess what? It really doesn't matter. But this is just for you, Wang Jiru. I got a wooden spoon right here. Smack it across your ass, maybe. If you're into that. I mean, that's the only reason I think you would want to use a wooden spoon instead of any other spoon. What's up, brown girl? Yeah, I think that's what it is. No, just refried beans from the other night. Oh, yeah. You know, the dishwasher's been a little rough on it, but that's a nice, yeah, it was a cheapo, but it's held up pretty good. Okay. Alright, that's an override. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. A little bit big bowl, but that's okay. Well, some people find that a turn on, Wanjuru. Sorry, I know I'm butchering the pronunciation. So we got Roma tomato here. So let's go ahead. Doesn't look like the greatest, but it's gonna next soldier up, you know, it's gonna play ball for me and it's gonna play well. Nice little bit of diced tomato action. And yeah, I washed my hands before we started, so don't even go there, people. Oh shit. Wanjuru? Well, shit, I'll take a win. What part of Africa? Oh yeah, everybody loves a little bit of tomato action, and everybody loves some action of the wooden spoon. I like this one because it's got pretty good structural integrity. The shaft has some good girth. It's not going to break on you. It's not going to fold. It's not going to quit early. You know, it's going to keep your children in line. You could even name this one the Stinger 4. Yeah, well, Stepdad Roy has money. Now these are refried beans from the other day. There's already a bunch of cheddar melted in. It sees. I bet you do, Kilkina. Welcome. Okay, can you? Okay. Uh, but yeah, so that was seasoned. The beans were seasoned up with garlic, cheddar cheese, a little bit of mozzarella, cumin, salt, pepper, a little bit of oregano. So there's plenty of seasoning in the beans. And we're just slowly reheating them. So we got tomato cut up there. Let's give it at least one serrano, depending on how hot you want it. And I'll just quarter it and then dice it. And that goes. And then and really, you can do whatever ratio of vegetables you like here. Protein, yeah, some boneless, skinless chicken thighs were on sale, so got those. Some red onion here. We don't want a ton. Some tomatoes are going to be the star of the show there. I like to cut the ends off. And then that kind of, I think it makes it easier to peel. Yeah, that's a nice observation, Justin. Oh, shit. Well, what are you trying to do, hit or miss? Are you looking for something that you can use in the cab of your truck? Are you looking for something that you can pop outside and cook with at a truck stop? You know, because that's going to be two different things. And what type of power does your truck put out? I mean, can you plug something in? Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to argue with you, Peter. What's going on, Urbino? Welcome, welcome. Alright, the tomato and pico mixture is a little bit off, but guess what? I don't really care, you know? Well, Neil Gamby, takes one to know one. At least I can pull at the bar, buddy. At least my parents didn't hate me when they named me Neil. Shit. Oh, there's only one cool Neil, and his name is Neil Armstrong, buddy. Refried beans, Eric. Alright. Let's get a little bit of lime juice in there. There's a half lime, should be plenty. We're going to add a little bit of salt, and that'll help the veggies secrete moisture anyways here. A little bit of salt. Cumin. Red pepper. That's for flavor more than anything, not spice. The serrano is going to give it plenty of spice there. Did I already put garlic in? I don't think I did. Garlic. A little bit of oil. And sugar. sip of my jar of sugar. I'll be back. That's maybe a teaspoon or so. Mix that all up together. And then if you think it needs more of any one more color or whatever, you can add it. You know, if you're a gardener, how can you say you're too lazy to cook, you know? Because gardening takes way more effort than cooking, you know? A little bit of pico action, and you know what? It's missing something, but we got some sad-looking cilantro, but it's good enough. You know, it's like Custer's last stand here. But we'll give that a quick little dice. Throw that in there. And that'll give it that nice little green ratio that you're looking at. You know what? And a little bit more lemon juice, or a little bit more citrus. Ooh, that looks questionable. So we're just going to cut it around and use the good pico, you know. Oh yeah, that one was... You could also use vinegar if you don't have fresh citrus, and it'll be fine. Ah, that's fair. What type of animals do you got? That's better. See what we got going on there? Wanjiru, what did Wanjiru say? We call that mixed kombucha. Well, we call it pico where I'm from. But thank you. There we go. So we're making progress there. We got some avocados. They're nice and soft, kind of like JFK's wiener. Sorry, that was low JFK, kind of like Peter North's wiener. Let's go ahead and break these open. A little spoon, dude. You can grid pattern them. We're just gonna use 2 avocados because why not? Because I know they'll just go bad if I don't use them here. Yeah. Now, if we were really trying to make some great ass avocado or guacamole tonight, you could do everything fresh, you could grind everything up. But guess what? I'm not going to do that. So we're going to hit up a little bit of olive oil. Say garlic powder. salt, black pepper, cumin. Let's get some red onion in there to give it some floaty action. Some floaties in there, you know. Got one of these little chilies here. Let's go ahead and get some long way cuts in there. Some crossway cuts. We'll make some room here. With all this. I'm just looking for a fork or something to mash all this down, but I can get away with this because this avocado is, well, maybe not. Okay, it's still resisting. There's a better way to do this, and you know why it's resisting? Because I haven't put the lime juice in. No, Wanjiru, I just like to cook. Oh, I missed a low blow. Who are we talking about? There, and that should be plenty. Just kind of fork it. Unless my ex gave me fucking cheap silverware, because whenever I try to put any force on it, they bend. Oh, yeah. Especially when you're trying to shape them, you know? That's whatever. You don't need, we're not trying to make true guacamole here. We're just trying to make more of an avocado spread. Now it's going to be chunky, it's going to be floaties, it's going to be good, alright? And of course, taste it, adjust it, how it's going. Yeah, good. I'm short on salt though, so go ahead and add a little bit more. It's always easier to add salt than take it away. Yeah, I mean, you're out there working, so I mean, we all gotta respect that. That's a nice little guac. Nice little pico. Beans look about done. We're gonna give them a quick stir through. And they'll stay warm in the pan with the cover on. Now we can move on to our chicken. Yeah. So I gotta decide what I want to do with this. I got chicken thighs. You want them dry. They'll stay moist. I'm actually gonna clean these up just a little bit. Yeah. And guess what I'm gonna do? Where's my meat beater? It's gonna frustrate me. I'm looking around. Screw it, I don't need it. So I got our chicken here. We're gonna season it real simply, just salt, pepper. Oh yeah, I'm so much cooler online. No, you gotta suck the head. You know, that's good life advice for more than just eating crawfish. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Let's get this fired up, nice hot. Well, not hot, but medium heat. Give the pan about 2 minutes to heat up, come up to temperature. Wash your hands so I don't touch a bunch of stuff here. What's up, Katarina? How you doing? Well, you know, I'm assuming you're some sort of basement pervert, Justin, but just for you. Any more, you're gonna have to pay for that privilege. Now, let's go ahead and season our chicken. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on it because we got pieces of different thickness. You know, the thicker they are, the longer they'll cook, but they're relatively thin, so it should be pretty quick. So good thing we don't need to season them much. I mean, they're thighs, so they actually have flavor. We're going salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and cumin, and we're going to do both sides the same, alright? Not every meal has to be perfect, 100% made from scratch, blah, 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 blah. It's Taco Tuesday, you know? Huh. Thank you, Justin. And whatever bonus seasoning I get from the wooden cutting board, that's a win. And I know Ryan doesn't like the wood. But I'm a big fan of it. I mean, if you wash your cutting boards, warm soapy water, you're gonna be fine with wood cutting board. Well, I don't know, he's a doctor, I'm not. But I bet I get sick less on vacation. Anyway, so we're ready to go. We're gonna use that's a nice olive oil for our pan lubrication here. That oil's ready to go. Put the big boy in first. That's going to take the longest. A good sizzle. This one, lay it away from you so you don't bukkake yourself with hot oil. Oh shit, are you looking for messy? Now you see how it's spitting oil up there? I don't want to splatter everywhere, so I'm going to put a fry pan condom on. I'm not going to say always use protection, but sometimes it's a good idea. What's going on? Whatever media, I've been good. Just chilling, cooking tacos on a Tuesday. Good for you, Irvina. Good for you. I mean, I'm just curious how you get started to build your clientele list for OnlyFans. Oh, no, not OnlyFans. Feet Finder or whatever. I mean, do you sell feet pictures on OnlyFans or a different website? Asking for a friend. You sickos. Now, if you want to cook it a little bit evenly, make sure the middles get done. You can put a lid on it. I'll keep the heat in, reduce your cooking time. And I'm just going to gamble that I don't burn the outside. You haven't noticed, Ravina, I'll monetize anything. Yeah, I'm a fan of kimchi. You know, lately I've been on kimchi mix. I don't have one for Cooking Conspiracy because I had one, but when I made it, I was drinking and I forgot to log in. So I gotta make one up. But that's next on my to-do list, just like making a Shopify or something, and make a bunch of bumper stickers talking about pulling out, or a coffee mug about how your boss is an asshole. That'll be good. That's true. Yes, nicely, Justin. I might send him a picture of his balls to you. I was thinking about that, Coquina, you know, kind of do that for like a membership thing or whatever, and like publish my grocery list ahead of time, but right now I don't think I can commit to do it consistently enough, so still thinking about it. I could probably do like one meal a week at X time or something, like the Sunday dinner club or something, you know. make that the exclusive club. Oh shit. I'll probably burn the bottom of those, but it's alright. We'll flip it. God damn it. I got a situation there. I just spilled the Sprite. Fuck. I hate it when you spill soda on your charging cable. Oh well, I think it'll be fine, yeah? You want to get ants? Because that's how you get ants. Spilling soda and not cleaning it up properly. Alright, I'll go in and get it with the bleach in a little bit. This chicken looks done. I have to put a little bit more just to ensure these little end pieces, I don't think they're cooked through. I will fold that over. Get these little guys going, getting them started. Yeah, Dottie, I don't know. She's probably hanging out with Swoley. Maybe they got a thing going on or something. That needs some time. I think the thighs are probably done, yeah. Nice color on that. Yeah, I've had that pan for about 4 or 5 years now. It's stainless steel. It holds up very well. It's an all-clad 10-incher, made in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. American made. Zero complaints, easy to clean, does everything a stainless steel pan should do. I don't know, I got it on sale. Depends, if you hit it on sale, I don't know, I think it was 100 maybe. All clad, but I wouldn't go so far and say all cheese is good. go ahead, I'm just going to give the board a quick flip. That's a quick safety check. I think it's fine. Oh yeah, it's done to perfection. I'm going to cut it anyways, but nice, moist, no pink. We're going to cut into strips anyways, so. Get all the burnt seasoning out of there. Push that off to the side. I don't want that flavor in there. Now, I got one burrito shell left. So this is going to be my baby. This is going to be my either breakfast or lunch tomorrow. Depending on what we're going to do. Just use that as a topper. It'll steam out real quick. Then we can roll that out and be done with the burrito and move into the taco phase of the evening, you know? Because I got plenty of taco shells. Go ahead, kill the heat on that for now. Pull your chicken out. I mean, maybe we'll leave it on. I'm going to give this pan a quick little scrubby. Be careful because this paper towel is not very good protection. But hey, at least it's name brand, you know. Some things you should skimp on. You know, if you're using something as protection, you shouldn't. You gotta remember, there's cheese already in this, so don't tell me anything about how it needs cheese. Chicken, we're gonna have to shred that a little bit more. Oh yeah, this knife needs sharpened in a bad way. Go ahead, that's done. Kill the heat on that. Refried beans, cheese mix, spoonful. Spread nice even off to the side. Chicken on. Where'd my little spoon go? Sometimes it's nice to be the little spoon, yeah? Well, what do you think I'm doing, JFK? No, just for you, we might go back to cooking the couch, you know? I miss couch cooking series. TBD, I'm holding out hope, but doesn't look too promising at the moment. Throw that on there. Nice helping of avocado. You know what? We're gonna add a little bit of this. Might get soggy in the refrigerator, but I think I'll be okay. Let's flip it over like that. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good roll. Keep everything nice and tight. Oh yeah, that's a good lunch burrito roll, all right? Yeah, we'll see, you know. My scouting report, I should have looked her up online before the day. And then there was another day this past weekend. It went well, but Yeah, I should have. There were a couple key details that didn't make the scouting report that might have changed things, but poor reconnaissance. Still getting responses so. As long as you're not, blocked and ghosted. As long as you're getting a response, even if it's a trickle, and even if odds are 1 out of 10, 1 out of 100, to quote Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance. Burrito. Well, until proven otherwise, I assume everybody on the internet is 2 out of 10 at best. JFK, just like yourself. 11 my time, Hawaii Standard Time. I'm gonna be up at 5 tomorrow, though, so tonight's not gonna be late tonight. Let's go into the fridge. I got lunch tomorrow. We'll be right back. And then we are hitting the tacos. Yeah, we're gonna call this a dirty marg, all right? So we're just gonna make in the glass here. You want everything to blend together, so let's do a shot of tequila. Yeah, that sounds about right. I want this one to be blue. Talking to somebody who's a big fan of blue margaritas today, so. Once again, this has a shit ton of sugar in it, so you don't need to add a bunch to it. And a little half shot of your triple sec substitute blue curacao. It's the same damn thing, but it's blue. If you feel like you have to add a touch of agave syrup or simple syrup or sweetener, or guess what? You can leave it out because this shit has a ton of sugar in it. All right. Give a line, the business. Cut it out. Good squeeze of lime juice in there. Give it a good stir. Now, I want a little bit more ice in there. Get the chicken grease off of your knife. Well, yeah, because we got in a fight over me owing you $20, but you're owing me $1,000. Inflation has doubled the Deuce Bigalow hooker male gigolo fight. What's up, Jay-Z? This one's to you, honey. Yeah, ice back in the fridge, and then we're gonna make some tacos. Keep your lid on the beans, they'll stay warm for a while. We'll just fire this out. And then we'll deglaze it with some vinegar or something. It'll be good. Well, W, you trying to impersonate George W. Bush to get some ass, or are you just a hardcore rhino only that spends way too much money of our tax dollars? W. Yeah, that was a good plan, JFK. Let me know how it works out. I think I called her honey and not sweetie, if I recall. Maybe you're one of them people that have two profiles just trying to get compliments by, fishing with the other. Jesse, Jay-Z, those are small little letters from a long way away. You're probably a Republican that voted for Joe Biden, W. Might have to look that up, Kilkina. Go find the vinegar. Yeah, send us a link in the comments, Kilkina. We'll watch. You might even ask for tips. Yeah, I'll take my happy pills in the morning. Thank you very much, Tina. Kilkina 559. All right. Quote Antonio Brown, Tina. No, I'm not gonna say it. What's going on, Patrick from New Zealand? How you doing today? I can get a little bit more of that off, I think. Let's turn that heat down a little bit. Now we just got to decide what we want to do with our life. I know we're going to want to slice this chicken up. It's cooked through perfectly. Dark meat. Some people like dark meat better than white meat. Some people like white meat better than dark meat. We shouldn't judge people for their preferences. Because as long as it's all cooked through in the middle, dark meat versus light meat, in my experience, well, no, that's not true. Dark meat definitely tastes better than white meat, but that's definitely a personal preference thing. I mean, some people don't appreciate the flavor of dark meat. I do, Yeah, well, that brings a good point. back when bullying was allowed, we didn't have all these school shooters, you know. You know, you can call it bullying or self-policing and holding people accountable for antisocial behaviors. You know? Oh man. Yeah, we gotta get these taco shells, you know. We like brown girl. How you doing? Yeah, well, what are you gonna do about it, Patrick? I'm here to do battle. It's my calling. Ah, that's fair. I don't know. Like where I came from, it wasn't abnormal for people to go hunting directly after school. That was good. It worked out. But I think the media is partially to blame, but also I think about the glorification of it. Like we all know the Columbine shooters' names. You know, we've all seen the footage. They got to go out in their blaze of glory or whatever, and I think that's part of the problem. Yeah, well, thanks for that, just looking. I mean, the same thing with, you know, the Charleston church shooter and all that. In theory, I don't have a problem with that, Space Frog. I think anybody should be able to conceal carry to any job they're working on. An armed society is a very polite society. Oh, there's a lot of dumb teachers out there, Rubina. Just think about all the coaches at your school. What's up, One Breeze? Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright. A little bit more oil. My oil has lost the top. That's unfortunate. But I'm sure it'll show up. It always does. Let's go ahead, throw the chicken in there. Let that warm up real quick. We're gonna literally just move that up. Put a little sticker out there. Alright, so on our tacos, we're gonna do a base layer of refried beans. I'm just gonna use the back of the spoon for easy spready. Get in there nice and deep like, you know. But sure, if you want to get it on both sides, just close them up, pull them open, just like after soccer practice, you know. Close taco, open taco, close taco, open taco. That's what I'm missing something. Take the guac. Once again, we're doing the backdoor wood spreader method. So beans on one side, guac on the other. I don't care if this ain't an authentic taco. I ain't in Mexico. And it's what I like. So alright, so we got left, right, you know, it's like red, right, returning if you're driving a boat, you know? Got our chicken. Let's fill that up with protein. I got this bad. You know, and then just a little bit of pico on top. Alright, people. Oh yeah. If you want to add sour cream and more bullshit or whatever, you do you. It's your Taco Tuesday. We believe in freedom of choice. Shit. We believe in your opportunity to choose your path of the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. But don't step on my Second Amendment right. That's not cool. You do whatever you want to do in your free time in your bedroom, and I'll support you. Just don't try to tell me what to do in mine. God bless America, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. You know, am I right? Yeah, well, a proper taco is made with whatever you got on hand. Well, I don't know what to make of that comment, W. Is a mushroom hickey the same thing as a mushroom stamp, W? I think I get the reference, Justin, and I'll lukewarmly say, me too. Well. And just for kicks and giggles for this one, we had a little bit of Frank's because guess what? I can. And it's America, and we got freedom. And we've exported it to most of the world. Panina. Alright. Listen, buddy, there's going to be leftovers, but you're going to wait patiently. You know where to go if you want a treat. Keep wait patiently, and you'll get some. Yeah, this will go in the washer. Yeah, well, they can get their taxes if they go to jail. I gotta pay the tax. Jail, Kiko. Oh, that's frustrating, isn't it? Jail. Go to jail, Kiko. Jail. 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 Yeah, I felt kind of bad. The yoga mat was blocking their jail. And if you wanted the taco shell to be a little bit crisper, a little bit harder, just fry it a little bit more. Well, she got a piece of chicken, but I don't approve of vocal begging. If they want pieces of chicken, they can wait in their little kennels. Well, Justin, if you wanted it to be green, it would be a little bit different flavor profile, but I would recommend using, instead of the blue curacao, just use like some of that Midori liqueur, that melon liqueur shit. That stuff hits. I prefer corn if I'm in a Mexican restaurant or somewhere where they actually got fresh ones. I found at home the flour ones, if I'm not making them, last so much longer and don't tear as easy, so I went with flour Jethro. Taste wise, I would say corn is better. But logistics, usually I go with flour at home because look at me. I'm sunburned as shit. Does it look like I know how to make good corn tortillas at home? No. It's not my to learn how list, but wieners. give it a try, Kilkina, but I'm not gonna look at the ingredient list, but these have been sitting on the shelf for like a month and they're getting the job done. Old W. Cool. Nobody even knows what the hell you're saying, buddy. Yeah, but that's gonna take more cabinet space. Kilkina, not all of us have our land for our hobby farm yet. Oh, well. That's a pickup line if I've ever heard one, Kilkina. Bad attacks. Winners. Kiko. Up. Penny. Up. No. Kiko. Penny. That was excellent. Unfortunately, I don't have any pico left for scrambled eggs in the morning. Probably could have gotten away with one avocado for 3 tacos and 1 burrito. What tells me that Chipotle has been overcharging all of us for guacamole way too long. Same with Subway. But we'll pack this into like a snowball to minimize the surface area that's exposed. We'll pack it up right against the side. And that way when, the outside inevitably gets dark tomorrow morning for breakfast, I'm just going to fold it in and pretend that I never saw it. That'll be just fine. Well, Brazo the Great, I think you probably fuck goats. And, if you do that in your free time, the goat's consenting, you do you. But, if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, buddy. Oh, man. You don't do enough squats to fuck my mother, buddy. And she's petite and she weighs 117 pounds. But, man, the bizarre goat. Man, I don't start things, I just finish it. But, you probably into the dwarf fainting goats, and because you can't even get consent from a goat, buddy. I mean, you're the reason people say the goats are escape artists, because they're trying to get away from you, buddy. But just saying. Yeah, poor fainting goats. They don't even have a chance to consent. If bestiality isn't bad enough by itself. Oh, yo, mom, remember my meat? Are you trying to put on a Jamaican accent, man? Maybe you should watch Cool Runnings to practice up a little bit, buddy. Come on, Penny. Yes. Yes, look at the goat fucker. Yes. Yes, she's a sweetheart. I'm sorry there's nothing good left for you to eat. Fry pan, though. Come on up, Kiko. Come on. Yeah, they are cute dogs. Oh shit. Your mother's the reason there's been Bigfoot spottings across the western United States, Dave Delgado. Also the reason the Gillette company is still in business. At least my mother wasn't stupid enough to let me troll on YouTube without an alias, Dave. Yeah, them Nubian goats by Breezo the Great sure are undefeated. They're having a rough night, especially the fainted ones. But hey, old David wanted to jump into the fray. Those dogs do a really good job cleaning fry pans after you cook meat in it. You know, their little abrasive tongues are perfect. You know, not so bad that they're gonna scratch the pan, but enough that they'll get everything up and off the pan. You know. Oh yeah. Although I haven't used cast iron so long, it's rusting out. I gotta oil her up. Yeah, we'll do one more because I feel like I still have battle to do. Done with tacos, so I think I'm done with the margaritas. Maybe a Tom Collins? I think Tom Collins could hit the spot. Yep, we'll be right back. Ah, people, this is my go-to summer drink. possibly my favorite all time here. Maybe. I need the ice though. I'm looking for my ice pick, I'm not finding it. Adapt, overcome, Craftsman has a lifetime warranty. Honestly, having the rounded point makes a big difference compared to the flathead. Who would have thought? But you know, you live and learn, you try new things. Alright, dogs, I'll let you out in a little bit. You're fine. Where'd the good ice pick go? Yeah, ice pick much more effective than flathead screwdriver. Yeah, well, one, I never made the varsity choir. Two, who the hell is Phil Collins? Alright, ice in the shaker. You're going to want this one cold. Dogs, chill. I'll be there in a minute. You know, got an unmolested, natural born, grown from seed lemon. So we're going to take half of this lemon. And yeah, we're going to take these seeds out because we're going to plant them in some obnoxious place that somebody else will have to deal with in 5 years. But I concur, Jethro. Oh, yeah, well, shit. I ain't that old. I was born in 91, fucks. All right, good half lemon. There's a little bit of blue left in there. Empty it out. Blue curacao kind of sucks by itself. Let's make it a good one. Just a shot of simple syrup. And a little bit more sugar since we're in for a dime, in for a dollar. Simple syrup, lemon juice, gin. Panina, pico. Yeah, welcome to the club, W. Dogs, come here. We'll go out in a little bit. I need something to pop the top off with this. Let's see what we got around here. I think we got can opener. I'm sure that has something. go. Be a man. Get some bubbles in that action. Get a quick little stir, get the bubbles throughout. This will also chill your drink down nicely. And then, well, wasn't the way I was going with it. But, nice little perfect Tom Collins here. That is summer. That is refreshing. Let me go let the dogs out and I'll yell and you can probably hear it from the background. No barkathon. Yeah. Talking about running hot, we gotta talk about cool runnings. Can't go now. Alright, dogs didn't do a great job, still a little bit of specks. I will have to touch that up in the sink with soap and water. I was disappointed. Well, shit. One day at a time, W. You know, you gotta hit that serenity prayer, you know. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Does it go something like that, W? Honestly, just make fucking lemonade with a little bit of soda water or Sprite or something to give it bubbles and it'll hit the same spot, W. Don't throw it away, buddy. Yep. You look like you can really relax your throat, Arma, and I respect that skill. Alright. Come fill this up, throw it back in the freezer, have nice ice for tomorrow. But yeah, you know, the shitty, you know, one, my ice maker's broken. But two, the shitty ice that ice makers make just aren't up to par for cocktails, let's be honest. You want big chunks. Yeah, that's a new one to me, Peter North. I mean, we're just big fans of Gordon Lightfoot. If you know, you know. But honestly, I've already started training for a marathon. So, I mean, once I start that regimen, you know, the cocktails might switch to mocktails. But, I mean, it's 80 degrees every day here in Hawaii anyway. So, I need something refreshing. And it's nice waking up after a restful night of sleep. Who would have thought? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store, Justin. They go on a date with a cougar this week on what? I don't know if I'm gonna get a second date with her, but you know, I might try to play it safe and didn't really present myself well. You know, I may have been better off just trying to ask if she wanted to bang. But, I asked her to go hit golf balls at the driving range, so that might turn her on. But I said sometime this week, so I'm hoping for Thursday, so that gives me a chance to, go to bed, leave this mess out, and clean it up in the morning or whatever, or tomorrow afternoon. And then go smash balls at the driving range with the cougar. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, worst case scenario, go smash some balls at the driving range. Definitely did not hit this weekend, unfortunately. But, you know, didn't get catfish, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, well, I had cannoli filled with cream she can eat. I don't know, about 10 years or so, Space Frog. I really hope she's not watching this. I'm just realizing that this channel was in my Hinge profile. But, things weren't looking great for a second date anyway, so. Unless she has an inside track, if she, just wants somebody to bang it out. Yeah, up to her. She was super cute, though. Penny, Kiko, come. Penny, Kiko, come. Good boy, Kiko. Good girl, Penny. Oh, yeah. I don't think that's necessary. She looked youthful. Well, she went on a nice hike and, was not winded. Olive oil will work. The nice part about working and being financially conservative, saving money, living below your means, and looking forward to your future, you don't have to worry about getting in somebody's will. It's a bonus, but you don't need to. You gotta worry about people just trying to get in your will. I mean, because everybody knows it's always wives that kill the husbands. Oh, yeah. I don't think prenup pipe is the right word. Okay, Penny, you want to investigate? You can investigate. There's nothing left for you, honey. Oh, right here, right here. Yeah. You like that. See, it's just bullshit. There's no bullshit on here that you want. Oh, you want to lick the chicken plate. That's okay. That's okay, honey. Okay, Penny, I'll put that on the floor for you. Kiko needs a shot at it too. Yeah, I read them. And just the same every time, Whiteout. Be a little bit more creative. I do appreciate your loyalty, though. Yarrow. I feel like you're making fun of Asians, Denny. I don't know if you were taking that route, but I went there and I stand by my statement. Yarrow. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do about it, Whiteout? Yeah, that's fair. That's true. Just yabbering on in some language I didn't understand. It was great. Although I'm saying medium fade, 5 on top, down to the skin. I don't know. Maybe she thought I was talking about my bush or something, you know? Give me a penny. Yeah, well, sorry, and you know, that's the only appropriate response to dumbass questions, Whiteout. Tanina, no vocal begging. Inappropriate laughter? Oh shit, we're already done inappropriate laughter. Sorry. Just finishing off stiff Tom Collins. Cleaning up. I did tacos and a burrito for tomorrow. Just some guacamole. What's left of, I guess, a pico or a salsa or whatever. Seared off some chicken thighs, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cumin. That's it. In a fry pan, a little bit of olive oil to, I don't know, 5-6 minutes per thigh. And some refried beans. Leftover refried beans mixed with a bunch of seasoning, cheddar cheese, and shit like that from the weekend. And now just clean it up, yeah. Yeah, I think that's possible, W. I respect the hustle, though. Thank you, Tony. And I'm really hoping you're that shitty boss I had that went by Tony so I can tell you to go fuck your... Pardon me. Take a porcupine and shove it up your can. I gotta work on my profanity. But chances are you're not that boss, Tony, so sorry. And chances are you're not Scoutmaster Tony either, because I got words for him too. Yeah, Archer, we were wrapping it up, you know. Yeah, Whiteout, well. What can I say? At least I have a little dog to pet. during these times of the month, you know. You want a Tom Collins penny? Nope. Yeah, not a Tom Collins fan. Don't need the ghost peppers, Penny. You don't want those. A little bit of cleanup while we're here. Squirt to it. You know, I haven't heard much from the Hawk Tour girl lately. What's going on with her? She's still alive and well? Find some treasures? You know, I like Haley Welch. I really do wish her the best, you know? And I don't know if it was staged, but I think she was just having a good time out with her friends. Is she really in trouble for that crypto shit she was pulling? Okay, Penny. Alright. Come on up, black one. Shit. What do you think, Kiko? Anything? Well, I mean, that's not them. I mean, if they were dumb enough to buy that Hawk to a crypto coin or whatever, that's on the investors. I mean, what they expect to happen? No, you want some beans? I can give you beans. Yes, my wiener likes wood. I don't know. I'm still a fan. I'm a Haley Welch fan. And the people that were dumb enough to buy her crypto coin, they deserve to go bankrupt, you know? And maybe someday, you know, Justin, that's highly offensive to me because I am from the middle class and I do have a wiener. Actually, I have 3. There, buddy. Come on. Go ahead, clean that off. Yeah, middle class wieners do matter. You know, and honestly, I'm willing to bet that the 1%ers have bad wieners that don't perform. Just saying. And that's probably why they're so motivated. Okay, Kiko. It's the middle class wieners that make this country move, you know? Go do your thing. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you gotta at work, you know? You gotta just put it on the table. Yeah, well, that's a classic move, Ryan. I do appreciate a good 69 now and then. No, that was a short-haired variety, W. Although I have been known to rock the long-haired variety. Okay, you can come back up. What do you think of that, Penny? There might be hot sauce on there, you never know. Yeah, the little brown wiener is smaller than the black wiener, you know. This one's just fluffier. Because I don't have a smoker, you know. I don't have a grill at the moment, you know, like kind of my status here in Hawaii was up in the air, you know, but just recently I found out that I'm going to be here for a couple more years. So I might invest in a grill now. But I mean, barbecuing is an art, you know, and honestly, you know, it's kind of boring watching somebody barbecue, you know. Stovetop cooking is much more entertaining, if you ask me. Come here, Penny. Have you investigated everything? Uh-oh, don't turn the burner on. Alright, y'all. It's been fun. Just looking, I think you got the right idea. We're calling it a night. Good night, y'all. Ryan, Whiteout. Just looking. Justin, Fluffy, Tranny, W, Space Frog. You know, it's good to see y'all. Inappropriate laughter. Hope to see you again. We're calling it a night, though. Y'all have a good one. Ciao, ciao.